Hi, I'm Corey with Gold Rush Expeditions. Today we're out in sunny California and we are at the American Eagle mine. Yeah, we're kind of way out here in the way outville. Super awesome head frame out here. It's been reclaimed, but that doesn't stop somebody from actually mining it. Big double compartment here. This is your manway. This is your ore haulage. We got cuts all over here. I got a huge dump coming out here. Big old stope that opened up over here. Shafts, mill. I mean, this is a enormous site. What's interesting about that wood head frame you can see over there is that it's a wood head frame. And round about 1910, 1911, after the big disaster in Butte, when the head frames caught fire, they started mandating that all head frames had to be metal. So that gives you a little bit of a dating on what's going on with that wood head frame over there. But right here, what we're looking at is probably an old original haulage road that came in when they were actually working, because this is going to put your 1880s to 1910, probably when it originated. But what's interesting is this was all gold when it was actually mined. But there's a lot of copper that's just been discarded, left aside. So this is part of what you will process initially when you come up here if you're working it on a small scale. I mean, it looks like there's good material, like all this dark stuff would be stuff, you know, we'll take samples of this for assaying. This is what you're looking for. You can see like this piece. I don't know if you can see the sheen of metal on that, but that's a good indicator that there's some metallic value in it.
This stope is cut in a gigantic copper deposit. Just lots and lots of blue all up and down this outcrop right here.
This further illustrates what we were saying before, that this the new off-road trail that we're on is not where the original road was. You can see where the original road came right here. This is an air vent or a water shaft for something underground. So it would have been right in the middle of the mill, not in the middle of the road. I'm sure that's been super amusing for many off-roaders that have caught that with the tire somewhere and been like, I don't know where I got a flat from. So sometimes reclamation is kind of good because it keeps a site somewhat intact. Sometimes it's kind of bad because it takes a lot of effort to get that done. What you can see right here, this was a big shaft. You can see they've torn a bunch of the wood and a bunch of the concrete off. So this would have been collared around here. Your reclamation guys probably came in with a big backhoe, cleared some of this out so they could try and get in and put some rebar on the hard rock here to block this shaft off. On one hand, it looks like, I mean, it gives you access that you're going to get in there. On the other hand, a whole lot of this probably got removed that didn't need to be removed, but it is what it is. There is your access into where you're actually going to find minerals at. So this is the mill site. You can see all this is dump around here and just tails. So everything, when I say tails, it means it's been crushed and they've taken the majority of the mineral value out of it and left the rest. What's left over is called tails. That's the difference in tailings and a dump. A dump is straight out of the mine. It's just muck, hasn't been separated. It's just somebody at the top went, I like this rock, I don't like this rock. That's where your dump comes from. Tailings is this. It's come to a mill, it's been crushed down, it's been run through maybe cyanide, it's been processed, and this is what's left over. Trigger alert for all you JV guys that are trying to raise money. Tailings are not going to make money because you're going to get the lowest of what's least left in the rock that's been taken out of it. So yeah, dumps is where you want to be. I'm going to insert 2 bits of snark here. If you're processing the material on the top, there is value in that material, but the value in the material at the top on the surface versus what is underground is the difference in picking up a penny out of the parking lot and being like, hey, that was cheap and easy to pick up, versus going to work and getting a paycheck for, I don't know, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week. It's not even in the same realm. The guys that were out here that were mining, they weren't making little bits of money. Mining has always made a lot of money, and that's why people are out here doing it. That's why people dig a hole in the ground and go thousands of feet into the ground, is because they can make a lot of money. It's not because I barely eked out an existence. So if you're working on a large scale, because you actually want to make a whole lot of money, you're going to be getting down into these workings and, you know, finding the veins, remapping, retimbering. None of that is cheap, but the more money you put into something, the more you get out. So we are going to give you some stuff you can actually make money at, and that's going to be here on the surface and deep, deep down in the ground. These are kind of mines we find. There's a lot of gold. There's a lot of other minerals. In this case, there is a ton of copper. There's a lot of concrete footings, super cool.
You can see this one, the wood is actually gone, but you can still see the imprints from where the wood was.
Kind of fun, there's still some bolts there. Still got nuts on them. When you lay concrete, you should always put your name and date somewhere, because you don't know where it's going to be in 100 years. And every once in a while, you'll see somebody's name and a date on like some of this stuff, and it's super cool. Gives you a glimpse into when this was actually laid. Was this laid in 1938? Was this laid in 1961? You don't know. I don't know.
That is a wrap on the survey of the American Eagle Mine. For more photos, visit our website, www.goldrushexpeditions.com. You can also contact us for a technical report that shows you the full survey, plus assays from the samples we took and all the history we can find on this mine. For Gold Rush Expeditions, I'm Jessica, and we'll see you at the next site.
Yeah. Look at it.
I've got lots of B-roll of it. So.
Look at it. Go look at it. Go look at it. Over there. You can roll your camera with your control.
It is rolling.
It's not.
It is. I'm doing both. Do you not see my finger on the thing? Where does it attach to the?
It attaches right in the front here.
To the camera.
It's already attached.
I'm just having you wrap it up a little bit.
Okay.
It's getting long.